Hello, YouTube! Welcome back to Let's Play Path of Exile with me, EclecticAndrew, and Witchy, of course. Excuse me. Now then, last time we left off, we were going to go into the fetid pool, so let's do that today, here and now. Our job here is to clear the fetid pool of all the undead. Find out what's raising them and kill it too. Just to let you know, it's a monster, so it's we're gonna be killing all the monsters here. Everything here is undead, except for the monster raising the undead. Oh, here you can see the this yellow monster has let's see, he has extra life and fire ignite resistance. Lovely that I'm using fireball on him. No, actually, that reminds me. I'm gonna put my flame wall down. See, this is a flame wall. You shoot projectile through it. It deals extra damage to the projectile. That's nice. But yeah, this isn't working well. Let's try summon raging spirit. Go, my flaming skulls of death and doom and destruction. Go, bite. Bite, bite, bite. Bite, 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 bite. Yeah, there we go. That took him out. Better. You know, these might be good for selling. I'll just sell them. But this fetid pool is a roundish area. It's got a large pool in the middle, so we're not going to be able to walk in that or wade in it. No wading in this water.
I need more mana.
However, we can walk along the edge, all around this area, and level up. Yay! Which will... It can be frustrating if you miss an enemy in some random little spots, so always try to make sure you're kind of filling in that mini-map. Walking everywhere, fill in the mini-map, make sure you don't miss any little spots like, make sure you don't miss any zombies hiding behind a tree branch here, or bone roas. Lovely. I do want to tell you that bone enemies, like skeletons and those bone roas, they are technically supposed to be doing more damage to you than their fleshy counterparts. So, be on the lookout in case you run into like 20 skeletons. Sometimes they'll be dealing more damage to you than a rock and a sock. Okay, wool shoes. I'm gonna pick these up. Drop these iron greaves. Now lowers my armor, but increases my energy shield. And it's kind of a one-for-one trade-off. You're either going to be having more energy shield to take a little bit more hits from, or having more armor to decrease the damage from your hit, from the hits you take. Yay, leveling up skill gems. Whenever they are ready to level up, they will get that little box over here. Like this. You click on the box with the left click, you will level it up. You can also right click it to hold the level and go into your inventory and see down here the level is being held for the gem. You can either click on the box to level it up or leave it alone to leave it at that level. This can be useful for certain features later on in the game, depending on like if you have a... Well, first of all, if you don't have the stats to level it up, you know, the strength and dexterity and whatnot to level up a gem, you cannot level up the gem any farther than what it's at, and it will be a grayed out box. And just to get it off screen, you should definitely right-click it. Get it off the screen, get it off the clutter, get out of sight, out of mind. You'll always be able to look in the menu to see what you're missing. You know, the inventory menu. And here, a necromancer. This is what a necromancer looks like. Throughout the entire game, you'll find random necromancers. This one is Cadaverous the Defiler. He's a unique monster, so that's why he's got a unique name. And you saw that yellow monster earlier was called Vault Bones or something like that. Rare monsters also have a name to go with their modifiers, some such. Roas, get out of my way. I want to fireball your boss. But the names are totally random between yellow monsters and are just kind of generated based on like the list and many names that are available for yellow monsters are interchangeable between different monsters and whatnot. You never know who you're going to be fighting when you find a yellow monster. Well, all we have to do now that we've killed the necromancer is finish off every undead creature here in the fetid pool. So to do that, we continue searching around this edge of the pool, looking for all the undead. Since a lot of them come for us, we'll be able to kill them a lot. Foul Claws, extra life, mana, extra fire damage, and exposure. Exposure is a sort of resistance modifier. I'm not quite sure what it means besides like penetrating resistance is different than exposure, but it usually means that it's hitting the like say fire exposure is going to be causing you to be taking more fire damage. And hey, look at this. 2 random skill gem drops. Just like items, skill gems are available for dropping. Won't be picking these up as this one I already have, and this one is a physical attacking gem, skill. Not really going to be effective for my witchy, the way that I'm building her. You could, if you wanted to, on your own, make a witch that would make use of that skill gem. But because most every skill gem is sold and available for selling, for buying, later on in the game especially, it's why every character is basically interchangeable in what they can do. It just all depends on what you do with your skill tree, really. And now, there is one monster remaining here in the fetid pool. We clear it, and we get to talk to Tarkleigh for a reward. The pool looks so nice now, doesn't it? All that evil is just washed away. Well. Yes, let us portal back to town and talk to Tarkleigh. I'm going to identify these 2 yellow items I got. Because identifying them, I should have showed that off too, but identifying an item and selling it will make it more valuable to the vendor. So, see, I'm getting alteration orbs, shards. Instead, I would have been getting transmutation shards if I had left them unidentified.
Take care.
So, identifying items, even just for selling, can be a good thing.
Just the one, was it?
Yes, just the one, Tarkleigh.
The bastard got a bit lonely, decided to make himself some pets.
Some pets.
Well, good to see you don't mind getting your hands good and filthy.
Good and filthy, yep.
Here, to mark a dirty
yes,
job.
Yes, every job will be well done from here on out. This is a Book of Regrets. It grants 2 passive respect points.
I've traveled inland on the Emperor's Road via Prisoner's Gate.
Prisoner's Gate.
Had to skirt around Axiom Prison. That's the holdfast of Brutus, the warden.
Oh yeah.
Bloody treacherous trip.
There's a jail and a warden here in Rayclast.
Game, berries, fruit, more food than we can scrounge here.
Oh, sounds nice.
But most here.
More food is better food.
Journey. Would be a damn sight easier if we could pass through the prison. Tell you what, you carve us a path up the coast.
Find a way through or past Brutus.
You'll have more than a few lives owing to you.
Yay. Let's see if we can do that job as well for Tarkleigh. But a Book of Regrets adds 2 passive respect points. What that is, it's a refund point. Say if I were to take this notable with my skill points, and then I had a regret that I did not want to do that, I would say refund passive, select what I want to do, and apply refund, and use the respect point to respect the passive skill point. Say I start going down this little branch with the minion damage and duration. Like say I took this passive node, but it turns out I want to go here, or even here. I could respec this point and put it over here, or over here, wherever I can. As long as I'm connected, I can do that. Well, then I say we continue on our journey up the coast. We'll be making our way here to the prison, Axiom Prison, and it looks like there's a path that leads right there, through the submerged passage. We do have the side quest here to kill the giant crab. What's the job called? Just the Dweller of the Deep. Dispatch the Dweller of the Deep. A giant crab lurking in the submerged passage. Well, it's not lurking here in the submerged passage, but it's lurking somewhere nearby. It's a connected cave. And beware these striders, these water striders, this thing. They are very powerful. That projectile they're shooting is basically a skill called Creeping Frost. It's not exactly the same. It's more like Water Frost or Creeping Water or something. Like, it's not anything that we ourselves can use, but it's just, I'm saying it's like Creeping Frost in a way to tell you what it's like, how you should think about it.
I need more mana.
As an attack. And it's their most powerful move. Deals a lot of damage. Will always be the thing that kills you if these things kill you. This, however, is a brood princess. A Mervelian siren of the deep. All these sirens, these little tentacle women, roam the coast, searching for sailors and anybody they can find to eat. And this one happens to be the weakest one and has traveled the farthest away from her mother, and yeah, but if she had traveled any farther, she'd be awfully close to Lion's Eye Watch. That wouldn't have been a good place for her to be. Not for everybody in town. She would have ripped apart more than a few people's lives there. And hey, this right here. This is a monster shrine. A domination shrine or some such. Monsters build these out of some guts and blood, whatever, that they... and cast some kind of monster magic, and they build a shrine to their monster overlords, and it gives them special bonuses, such as this brutal shrine. If you pick it up, you hit hard, hit once, your hits have knockback, increased damage, and stun duration. The monsters would have had the same thing, so long as you hold it, it's in your hands, granting you its power. But if the monsters had left it on their altar, they would have been the ones granted power from it. So, it's always a good thing to pick those up. You get a temporary buff from the shrine. The power will fade away. And it's a good temporary buff. Usually. They are very good buffs. Oh hey, it looks like we found the side quest area, the Flooded Deaths. Let me leave that for later. We'll come back to that for later. I know Tarkleigh will be disappointed that we're saving it for later. Maybe he'll be scared like, oh, she's not going to do it at all? No, we would do it. We would definitely be doing that job. That quest. There's not many quests that I would pass up per se. That you want to pass up. There are some that are like so lackluster to me. But what do I know? I'm just a casual nobody. But I love playing this game. I've played this game for like over 4,000 hours. It is a good game. It is a fun game. I have mainly just played through the story campaign a billion times. Sometimes. Like, I come up with ideas for builds, and they don't always work out through the story, so I'm like, eh. Then sometimes I just play this game just to pass the time. See that Creeping Frost ability that they're using on me? It will freeze you, allow them to hit you multiple times over. I'm sorry I'm stuttering over all my words today, talking twice over myself. I feel weird. I feel sad. I just woke up a little while ago, well, 2 hours ago. But, not much to do. I mean, I have some things to do. I mean, I do have an apartment to take care of, after all. I have taxes to do, I have bills to pay, I have chores to do. I have food to cook. I have food to buy. I have stuff to sell, stuff to buy. Just all the daily, what do you do about life, things to do when you're living alone. Anyways, now we have reached the end of the submerged passage, and we can now travel to the ledge. And if you stay here for, well, it's a minute's grace. There's a grace period where you can't be damaged whenever you enter a new area or whatnot. But you see all these birds here? As soon as I move at all, do anything, even right-click, any kind of clicking whatsoever. Fly, birds, fly, I scared them. Oh, they're circling around. Well, this ledge will be the home of some new monsters, such as goatmen, the leaping, baying pigs of war. There will probably be another new monster. It's a bird monster. It's called a gull, I believe. Let's go over the goatmen first. They like to leap at you. They also like to use a little magic. I don't think they'll be using magic yet, but these goatmen that leap at you, it's like leap slam ability. It deals so much damage. Like, look at this. Look at that leap at me. Bah. Bah. Yeah. They bah and they leap at you. It scales so hard later on in the game. You find 10 goatmen leaping at you and you're dead. More cannibals, of course. Why the cannibals are going this far up the coast, I'll never know. Like they just sit here looking out at the water. That is very pretty water. But I don't think they really appreciate it, insofar as they're just looking for something to eat. All they do is eat. They are the hunger. Ooh, blue goatman. With extra life. See, look at that damage. Look at that damage. That's ridiculous damage. Hold on 1 second. Ooh, a chromatic bow. That's very nice. And I want to go over really quick, since I'm here by Sanctum Portal. I did get something wrong about the Sanctum. Or maybe it was updated, changed, but from what I know. But anyways, next episode we will be returning to the Sanctum again and again and again and again and again. In a new area, or maybe the old area, who knows, maybe I'll just run the coastline over and over again. As it turns out, I can go back and just run the Sanctum, do Sanctum runs over and over again, and it's not perfectly old areas where you can just run the weak areas over and over again, but I will go over all of that next episode as I find out more and more, just to be sure and sure. Well, anyways, oh yay, with another level up. And another one bites the dust. I have decided to do my tree a little differently, going forward from where we are now. Not much differently, but I think it will save us a few points. Since we're here at the waypoint, let's go over that. Most waypoint areas are pretty safe, but there's been an update to where the goats, as you've seen, can leap off these cliffs up here and down to the ledge where you're walking. I have seen once or twice, every now and then, to where I get to the waypoint and goats will attack me. It's ridiculous. But otherwise, most waypoints have safe areas. Not that you're safe if a monster's been chasing you to the waypoint. Wait, So, like, say a monster was chasing me and chasing me and chasing me, and I'm running, I find a waypoint, I click on it, I'm not safe. That monster can still kill me. If I portal out really quick from the waypoint, I'll be safe then, but... No, monsters can still chase you and rip you to shreds all over the waypoint. But, the passive skill tree, I will be building it differently to where I want to go here and here. Now, I think what I was thinking was I would be originally going up here to these critical spell points. But I think I'm going to save a few points by going over here and doing things just a tad bit differently. Just a tad bit. Just going to cut out these spell critical chance points. That's all. It's... Oh, I don't know. I'm looking at it again now, and I don't know. You know, honestly, based on what I'm thinking, is maybe I just come up here again anyways, just kind of skip over this one. No, that doesn't make any sense if I'm going... I don't know. Sometimes puzzling out the tree can be more rewarding and more intensive and thought-provoking than everything else in the game. Whoops. Oh. I'm summoning skulls to fight for me. Ooh, another weathered carving. We didn't find any in the submerged passage, but we can be sure that the Karui, under Calm, kind of found their way through there. But now let us hear more of the tale of Calm and his conquest of Rayclast.
The earth of Rayclast rejects the dead.
Oh yeah, the dead rose for them too.
Storm and dream now reaches into the ground and raises up our slain imperial foes.
Oh man.
It leads the fallen from their graves and drives them to fight us beyond the end. Rotted.
That's gotta suck you.
Jagged nail.
You kill and conquest over somebody and they still rise to fight you again from the dead.
No longer may we give our beloved to the birds, messengers
Oh,
of
no.
spirit to the sky, conveyors of flesh to the
Even
earth.
their own dead were rising
Calm has
from the
commanded us
grave.
to destroy our remembered with axe and fire. Calm is the bravest of us, willing to bear the ire of the ancestors
Oh,
for
man.
the survival of his people.
We're willing to bear the ire of the ancestors, yeah. He's trying his hardest to get his people to survive and not die in this wretched world of Rayclast and going against his own ways of remembering the dead. It's gotta suck to hell and back to do that. That is a good vest for this point in the game. It's got fire resistance. It's got regeneration. But I need these skill gem sockets right now. Honestly, what I'm going to do is pick up these gloves as well. So I'll be sticking with what I've got equipped for now. Now, it's not that I'm building my witchy to wear that kind of armor and whatnot, but I mean, right now I'll take whatever armor I can get. I am kind of on the lookout for a shield as well. This Splinter Tower shield is the weakest shield of all. It's not exactly the best. But we are traveling... We seem to be traveling in the footsteps of Calm, the Karui King. I can't equip that shield, that sucks. I say I'm looking for a shield, and I find a shield, and I can't equip it. But we didn't see much of a way of living from the Krui in land, except for in the mud flats. We would just see little Krui shacks and hovels there, left over from when they lived in the mud flats. But ever since that black storm came and started disturbing everything, Calm marched his people up the coast. I guess he's looking for the source of that storm to try to put an end to the pain and suffering as people are suffering from doing terrible things for according to his way of being along the way. He was also kind of conquering the eternal way of the Eternal Empire's people as he was fighting, of course. Though we don't see much of a civilization left over from the Eternal Empire that he conquered. I guess he kind of tore down their structures and whatnot. Some for lines I watched, why he left that behind, I'll never know. It's good for the people living there now, the exiles, but other than that, not much has been found. No lore carvings, no lore, anything from them. Well, we have reached the end of the ledge and are getting attacked by goatmen, of course. And the climb. Well, I would leave it here if I could pick up right here and be okay with, like... Well, honestly, I could just record another episode right now. Maybe I'll do that. So yes, I will leave it here today, YouTube. Oh, but I want to do the Sanctum. Well, we can do the Sanctum really quick. Not quick, but we can do the... Just to let you know, there's a waypoint in the climb. I can either jump into the climb now and get that waypoint, or I can save it for next time, which I think I'm going to do. And we will do the Sanctum running and explaining and everything next time on Let's Play Path of Exile by EclecticAndrew, the gamer. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Until next time, have a good day. That's not how I say my ending. Until next time, bye-bye. Bye.